We're going undercover tonight to investigate a dangerous problem that you might not even know about. Many Americans are unwittingly buying new cars that are subject to safety recalls, which by law should have been fixed before they were sold. ABC's Gio Benitez is giving dealerships quite the road test for our series Nightline Investigates.
We're heading into this New Jersey car dealership undercover to buy a new truck.
We're one of the biggest dealers in the Northeast.
But not just any truck, this one, which we know is under a safety recall for a potentially dangerous defect. Just this last year, there were nearly 64 million safety recalls, ranging from problems with power steering defects to airbags. By law, the dealership is obligated to fix these potentially dangerous defects before a new car is sold. We want to see if this dealer will fix this truck before they sell it to us.
I'm going to push this button here. I'm going to turn it on.
Enter unassuming investigative producer Jerry Wagshaw.
I look a little bit like Johnny Cash, except a much shorter version of it.
His clothing rigged with 2 undercover cameras.
Walking over there.
With cameras rolling, Jerry heads in to buy that 2014 Chevy Silverado.
You Arnie?
Yeah, Arnie.
Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. How can I help you?
How are you? I saw this nice looking truck on the website.
Within minutes, we are looking at that truck.
It's the same one I saw. Oh, look how big it is.
The one we know has an open recall, which could cause some cars to unexpectedly shift into neutral and lose power on the road, potentially putting everyone on that road in danger.
Those are nice looking wheels, I have to say.
We put a stripe on it.
After hearing about all the upgrades, Jerry gets down to business.
Yep.
Is there any recalls or anything on this one?
No. No.
No?
Absolutely not. Nope.
Just clean,
Yeah.
perfect.
All the recalls are done.
Did you hear that? No recalls on this one. Legally, dealers don't need to disclose that the car has a recall. They just have to fix it before we leave the lot. Jerry hints at the recall one more time.
But they had a problem with the ignition switch for the Cobalt. Remember that?
Yep.
It would turn off. Is there anything like that on this car that,
Nope. There's no recalls on the trucks at this moment.
because they're new?
Yes.
With that, we head back to price out our new truck.
Probably ballpark, you're about $650 a month.
So let me go home, discuss it with my better looking partner, and see what she says.
And just like you, with a handshake,
My
Thanks.
pleasure.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
we leave the dealership.
Have a great day.
You too.
4 days later, we're back to complete the purchase.
Tell me when you want the money.
Yeah, I can take it now.
Jerry counts out the cash for the deposit.
400, 500.
And within minutes, Jerry is the proud new owner of a nearly $50,000 2014 Chevy Silverado that we knew had that recall. The question is, did the dealer fix it before we left the lot?
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for selling this truck.
If you have any questions, come over
I
and see
will.
me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Now we have to find out whether, in fact, this recall has been fixed.
Next, we get together and check the recall website to see if the dealer fixed it.
All right, what's that VIN number? Here it is, recall status, incomplete. This is something that people don't typically do at home on their own.
Especially not on a new car, Gio.
So Arnie has sold us a new vehicle with a recall that hasn't been fixed, which is against the law.
So Jerry, what's the plan?
The plan is we're going to go to Hawthorne Chevrolet, then you guys can get out of the truck.
Okay, let's go to that dealership.
We head over to give Arnie a visit.
Hi there.
Hi, how you doing? man?
Good. Gio Benitez with ABC News.
Hi.
Hi, listen, you sold Jerry this car and you said that there were no recalls on it. But in fact, there are recalls on it. In fact, a very serious one.
There's a recall on this?
Yes.
Oh, I have to check it out and see. I don't know. I wasn't aware.
Why did you say, though, that there wasn't a recall?
I don't remember even talking about that.
To refresh his memory, we show him that undercover video, a benefit that everyday consumers don't have.
It's a brand new car, so that's why I figured there's no recall. I did not physically check to see.
Is that something that you think you might change now?
Oh, no,
Because people aren't expected to sort of know the VIN numbers.
When you get a brand new car, yeah, when you get a brand new car, it's always supposed to have all the recalls supposed to be taken care of. And I made a mistake.
Arnie walks away apologetic and promising to double check all cars for recalls. The dealer admitted that they made a mistake, telling ABC News, "We have realized that our failure was tied exclusively to human error." He added that the dealership will now be running VIN numbers to check for recalls before vehicles leave the lot. But it's not only this dealership. We've uncovered hundreds of new cars from multiple manufacturers that were sold with unfixed safety recalls in over 40 states. Incredibly, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, which is headquartered right here in the nation's capital, only fined 2 dealerships in 2014.
I think this is very serious. I think that Americans have a right to know that when they buy a brand new car, that the car has no defects in it.
Senator Ed Markey sits on the Senate Subcommittee on Consumer Protection. We found hundreds and hundreds of new cars that have recalls on them, and guess what? They were sold.
Yeah, and that's wrong. You have to assume that when there's a brand new car with that new car smell in it, that there are no defects.
NHTSA has 51 people on that enforcement team. We have a couple of producers looking at this. Why can't NHTSA do it?
NHTSA should have done this work. It shouldn't take an investigation by ABC to find this problem. NHTSA is now put on notice that its job is to be the cop on the beat.
NHTSA declined to do an on-camera interview, but they defended their enforcement efforts in light of budget restraints. The makers of our truck, GM, says they tell dealers not to sell cars with open recalls. So here's what you can do. Get online at safercar.gov and use your VIN number to search for recalls. You can also plug your plate number into a free app called My Carfax. For Nightline, I'm Gio Benitez in New Jersey.